Guys, today I want you to talk to you about the fact that I have sent an email to 25 barons, baronesses, lords, whatever you want to call them, and I have invoked Article 61 Magna Carta 1215. This article, it removes the government's rights, implied rights, consents, oaths, whatever you want to call. And Article 61 Magna Carta 1215 is the constitutional security clause to protect the people from a corrupt, despotic government, providing us lawful authority to refuse to cooperate with Crown agencies. Aylesbury's Laws of England, volume 44, clearly describes Magna Carta 1215 as a constitutional statute. It is important to bear in mind that the legal term statute has two meanings. The original, which predates the first Parliament in 1297, is a restatement of the law by the sovereign as an exercise of the royals' prerogative acts of Parliament are also described as statutes. They can be repealed by the institution which made them by the common law rule that no Parliament may bind its successors. Article 61 was invoked by petitioning of all members of the House of Lords by the Magna Carta Society in 1999. A committee of the barons was formed and served notice on the sovereign in March 2001. The research paper which led to the petition is at http Magna Carta Society blog blogspot.com.uk/2011/06/Magna Carta Society research paper HTML. The core of the petition is as follows. Wherefore it is our humble duty to petition your Majesty to withhold the royal assent from any Parliament bill which attempts to ratify the Treaty of Nice unless and until the people of the United Kingdom have given clear and specific approval to uphold and preserve the rights, freedoms and customs of your loyal subjects as set out in Magna Carta and the Declaration of Rights, which you, our sovereign, swore before the nation to uphold and preserve in your coronation oath of June 1953. We have the honour to be your Majesty's loyal and obedient subjects, and it's signed by the barons. This document has the statute of a judgment by her peers, literally on the sovereign. Ordinary criminal matters are dealt with by a judicial subcommittee of the Lords. Matters affecting members, which include the sovereign, are dealt with by the whole House. The Queen, she failed to respond within 40 days according to her constitutional and contractual duty, which is her coronation of oath. Her representatives claimed that she was bound to follow the instructions of her ministers and had no veto. The term of Article 61, Lawful rebellion, will remain in force until a Constitution Convention decides otherwise. Anyone who has taken their oath of allegiance possesses immunity from any Crown or Parliament mandate, law, etc. It committed with the express intention of distraining the Crown under Article 61. This is called lawful excuse, but they are not excused from common law, crimes and torts, except under duties of circumstance. This means all Britons, without exception, are obliged by the common law to stand in lawful rebellion or be compelled to do so. All Britons have a constitutional common law obligation to disrupt the Crown operations activities to the best of their abilities. All Britons have a constitutional common law obligation to withhold taxes to the best of their abilities. All Britons have a constitutional common law obligation to seize government buildings and assets and retain possession until redress or grievance to the best of their ability. This could be any Crown building, including courts, police stations, town halls, etc. We have rebutted Crown summons, warrants of arrest and criminal custodial sentence with impunity, and will continue to do so until redress of grievance. Some members have had thousands of HMRC penalties refunded. Aylesbury's volume 44 clearly states, one minute, I've lost where I am now. Refunded Aylesbury's volume 44 clearly states, including Magna Carta 1215, that the rights the Act confers having the quality of constitutional rights will be regarded by the courts as fundamental. Lord Denning, Master of the Rolls, on Magna Carta, the greatest constitutional document of all time, the foundation of the freedom of the individual against the arbitrary authority of the despot. Between 1962 and 1982, there is a lot more that could be said here, but too much too soon. Most people sending this for the first, seeing or hearing this for the first time are quite frankly shocked. Suffice to say, only those who have taken their oath of allegiance are lawful inhabitants of Britain. Lawful rebels are actually the only lawful inhabitants of this country. In the autumn of 2014, the Glastonbury group disrupted the council meeting and seized the town hall under Charter 61. The police was called, they came, they were served notice under Charter 61, and they left without taking any action, leaving the group in possession of the building. Why? Because they were acting lawfully. This is facts of life. People have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea unless they're told. You are puppets, plain and simple. And the government are the puppeteers. They pull your strings and you do what they say, and when they say it, that is not a free man. That is a slave. You are a slave to the government. Time you woke up and decided what you want to do. Do you want to become a slave to the government, or do you want to become a free man? I wrote to the barons and I put, Dear Lords and Baronesses, as this email is sent to you all and back to myself as proof of sending, it grieves me that I have to inform you, although you are well aware that the government have been conducting illegal activities over the past 50 years that I know of. But it's been going on for longer than that. But now the people's eyes are being opened to the corruption within Parliament, extortionate taxes on beer, cigarettes and fuel. These products are being monopolised by the government, which was foretold by Edmund Burke of 1784. The roads have become monopolised, that it borders on the line of criminal activity. People's human rights have been violated. The rights to travel is not a privilege that you can be given or taken away by your courts or your government. It is a human right, a right of birth. So due to the fact that your government has breached my human rights and have become so self-worth and corrupt, under Magna Carta section 61, I invoke 61 and remove myself from clutches of your government, your queen, and all of your agencies and agents. This means I am reverting back to my natural state and will no longer be regulated by the government. I do not need a license to travel. I do not need a license to bear arms. I do not need to register my vehicle with the DVLA. This will be deregistered and a FOTL plate put in its place. I will not be monopolised by government. I owed no oaths to the Queen or her kin. Under Article 61 Magna Carta, I am now in lawful rebellion, and will remain so until the human rights of the people are restored. I have no contract with the Queen or her government. The right to travel is every person's right by common law of the land, and it is illegal for the government to make the roads legal for some of the people some of the time, and illegal for the rest of the people the rest of the time. Councils are charging parking fees for parking on the road. This is also illegal. If I park my car on my land, I cannot be charged for that right. In the same context, I own the roads the same as every person born in the UK. I paid for them to be built and maintained, as did my ancestors. I revoke all consents, oaths, etc., implied or otherwise, you may think I have given. I require from you a letter acknowledging my right to remove myself from government control under Magna Carta, Article 61. I require this within 28 days of this email. Yours sincerely, Glenn of the House of Miller, formerly known as Paul of the House of Redfern. I have no birth certificate. My family, i.e. the Redfern family, was formally dissolved. Where I am concerned, I am no longer a part of that family, and anything signed on my behalf is void. Please read below. Magna Carta Article 61 that gives me the right to impose Article 61 on you. Yours sincerely. Now that's been sent to 25 barons and baronesses, and I am now waiting for a reply from them. Once I get a reply from them, that letter will be forwarded to the DVLA, and they will be informed that under Article 61, I remove their rights, implied rights and consents to register my vehicle with a number plate. The number plate will be sent back to DVLA, and my vehicle will be mine, free to use. Now, I don't believe, although I can, under the Article 61, I have the right to drive my vehicle without tax test and insurance. However, it's my opinion, and my opinion only, that these vehicles should be insured for the safety of other users of the roads. And therefore I have researched motor insurance companies. Now there is a company, it's called DNA, and they do a trader's policy. Now they do insure the vehicles that have been deregistered from Swansea. They quoted me £681 for the year. That would include me driving any other vehicle on the road, whether it be registered or deregistered, it doesn't matter. So that company is called DNA. It's a trader's policy, and you don't have to be a trader, but it's best if you put a trader's name. At the end of the day, you are getting a car insured, so if the police did stop you, the vehicle would be insured for you to drive. As for road tax, you do not need to pay road tax. It is a government contract, whatever you want to call it. MOT, I strongly advise anybody that drives a motor vehicle without a licence to get an MOT, because an MOT, I think, is something that is a safety for the people of the road and of Britain. Because if you drive a vehicle that is unsafe on the road, I believe that you're going to end up in some serious shit, because you're going to end up having a crash, you could end up killing somebody, then you become under their laws because you've committed a crime, because you've committed murder. So I strongly advise you to, at least, if you're going to do this and deregister your vehicle with DVLA, you must inform the barons that you invoke Article 61 and you remove your rights and their implied rights and consents and oaths. And then you deregister your vehicle. If a police officer stops you, you just quote Article 61 and tell him he has no jurisdiction. He will have to go away. If he doesn't, he is breaking the law and he is breaking his oath of office. Your choice. Have a think about it. Research it. But believe me, I've researched this a lot and it is right what I'm saying. Have a good day. Till next time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for everybody's support. Bye.